So I just watched Undertone, which is the latest kind of horror podcast, maybe? I don't know. This is one of a kind, honestly. And this movie follows a character named Evie. She has this podcasting going on. She has this thing where they listen to weird audio recordings, trying to declassify them, figure out what's going on. Lo and behold, she gets sent these five mysterious audio recordings, 5 or 15, give or take. I forgot the exact number. Um, and it just goes crazy from there. It's really hard not to spoil this movie because, truth be told, all my favorite parts about this film are in the spoilers. Here's the deal. This is one. I'm not okay. I'm gonna give you some background on me. I'm not the kind of person that typically gets scared during movies. I mean, yes, when I watch horror movies, I jump scares because that's like a response everybody has when you look at a jump scare. Or at least most people do, most sane people. And so, but I typically never get unsettled or scared at horror films. The last time this has really happened for me was probably Nosferatu, if I'm being honest. But besides that, yeah, I don't typically get that unsettled by movies. When I tell you this is the most unsettled I have left a film in a very long time, I am not lying to you. I love this movie looking under my bed, hearing my cats make weird sounds, and getting insanely freaked out by it because that's what this movie does. It builds you that dread, it builds you that tension, and it's definitely a slow burn. This movie's not for everybody. It definitely goes at its own pace, but it builds that tension extremely well, and it builds that suspense, and you're just sitting here wondering the entire movie, like, especially when you're watching this movie in a like theater, like I did. You're like, okay, what's that noise? What was that? That's exactly what would happen with me when I was watching this film, and I really appreciate that about the filmmaker here. Apparently, he's going to direct the next Paranormal Activity, which I am extremely excited for because, for one, that franchise needs some new life. For two, this movie really showed that he is an incredible director when it comes to sound design. This movie being as into sound design as it is, and it takes place specifically in one location, and our main character Evie's the only one here who actually is like on screen, so it makes for just a really claustrophobic, and I'm already claustrophobic, makes for an extremely claustrophobic environment to where I can't imagine what filming was like for this movie. The sound design here, like I said, is incredible. The score doesn't really have much of a score, but when it's there, it's there. And the performance here by her is really, really good. She's incredibly good in this film. And the directing, like I said, it's amazing. The movie is, like I said, it's really slow, but those last like 15 minutes really do pop off, and you leave the movie feeling just incredibly unsettled and incredibly just tense. 'Cause that's how I left the movie. And like I said, I haven't left a movie like that in so long, and it was really nice to leave a horror film and actually be genuinely scared by it. So, all that being said, I really enjoyed Undertone. I thought it was a really good time with the movies. Definitely gets under your skin. I don't think it's a good idea to watch this movie alone like I did, but it's a really good time. So I will give Undertone about a 9 out of 10.